Hello YouTube! Welcome in. At our last Kentucky Ballistic video, you all let me know that we need to watch the prequel of this one. So, my 50 cal exploded by Kentucky Ballistic. So here we go, we're gonna be watching this one today. I think I got kinda emotional, even more at the end of the video, so please excuse me this. And now, enjoy!
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and I'm going to tell you about how my 50 cal exploded, and I almost bit the dust about 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god, that looks insanely bad. Oh my... I mean, I know people in the comments were kinda saying that, you know, if I'm scared of guns, it might be a bad video for me to watch, as, you know, I'm scared of them. That's a really bad looking.
So I know a lot of you are probably wanting me to explain my injuries, and I'm going to do that, but I think it's best we start from the beginning. I know some of you are going to try to skip around in this video. I highly recommend you stay tuned and listen to all of this. But for those who are going to skip around, let me clear something up first. This was not the Barrett that we tortured tested, and this was a complete freak accident. There's nothing that I did to have caused this. So April 9th, 2000.
Yeah, I think it's always kind of worth to say that there are some things that can be dangerous and that can just cause some accidents like this, right? Sometimes it's not about human mistake. Sometimes it's just about something being too old, something being used a bit too much, something just being in a bad state, something just randomly, you know, the universe decided every possible thing this specific day is going wrong and bad accident will happen. You know, it's the same like, you know, when you're driving a car and you cannot kind of predict what everyone is gonna do, and, you know, even if you're driving safely, someone else can be driving unsafely and there could be an accident, you know, this kind of stuff. So, I know my fear of guns is kind of directed rather at humans rather than at guns itself, usually. You know, it's not that I see a gun and I'm like, ooh, scary. It's like when I see a human with a gun, then I'm like, oh, scary, okay? And, no, bad accidents can always happen. That's it.
21, we come out here to shoot a fire hydrant with some slap rounds using my Surgeries RN50. So we have the Surgeries RN50 with the 36-inch long heavy barrel, and we're gonna go ahead and go big or go home and start out with this. This is a 50 BMG slap tracer round.
I feel like I'm watching, you know, like 20 minutes before a tragedy video, something like this. Like, he's so happy. He's like, oh, we're gonna go with this one. It's so sad thinking what happened. Oh no. Buying.
The slap rounds tend to go a little to the right, so I aimed a little to the left, but this one actually hit true to where I was aiming.
Okay.
It hit right here.
Sure.
And you can see that thing is smoking.
Yeah.
And then we blew right through the back of this thing. Everything was going pretty smooth. We shot the fire hydrant several times, but the slap rounds were acting a little funny. One of the slap rounds hit like 1.5 feet low and to the right. I say we hit it with one more slap round, but this time aim for the thickest part of the fire hydrant and see what happens.
Ooh. Yeah. There's a huge difference. Oh my god. But the question is it like possible to see it with an eye, with a naked eye, you know, without the cameras, without slowing it down? Is it something that you would see in real life and you would be like, you could see it as a red flag that something is wrong? Because first time when I see it, I didn't even think about it. Like, I didn't even saw it. If it weren't for the slow down video, I think I wouldn't even saw it, in, you know, even if they would be played both at the same time right next to each other. If it went for the slowdown video. And I think, you know, when you ain't even like looking directly at two of those right next to each other, so you would be firing it yourself, you know, with some like, let's say 10 minutes break between it, I would say it would be kind of hard to see it. Though without any knowledge about it, you know, every stuff like this is just me guessing. No, not even gonna lie. Yeah.
The gun was functioning normally, as it always has. I've been using this gun for a long time now, and I've never had any issues out of it. So before all this happened, we took one last shot, and it was actually really, really cool. The round was stuck out the back of the fire hydrant. This is a 50 BMG silver red tip armor piercing incendiary tracer.
Ooh.
So we went through the top of the fire hydrant. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's just stuck out the back. After that, I decided I was gonna take one last shot with a slap round and try to hit the thickest spot on the fire hydrant. So before I loaded my last slap round, I know that there was no barrel obstruction because I literally found the round in the fire hydrant. But this last round that I loaded into my Serbu RN50 was a very, very hot round, and I had no idea. And there's really no
Oh, I don't know why, but it hits like the bad spot in my brain when I hear it was the last one. You know, it's like I feel like usually when stuff like this is happening, it's like somehow it's always the last one. You know, it's never the first one. It's never the middle one. It's always like the last one. I don't know why. It just makes my brain feel really weird about it.
way for me to have ever known that this round was as hot as it was.
Yeah.
So here you can see me taking the last shell casing out, and now I'm loading in the slap round. I screw the cap on all the way.
I'm being so tensed right now. I don't know, but I just felt so much uneasiness. Like we know he survived. We know he's doing well, right? But still, there's so much like anxiety in me right now just looking at it. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
And the gun closes completely, and everything is functioning as normal. And one thing is something someone may mention is maybe I didn't screw the cap on all the way. Well, you can clearly see the cap is screwed on all the way, and this gun actually will not close if the cap is not screwed on all the way. So everything was functioning good on the gun. What I didn't know was the slap round that I put inside it was extra, extra hot, and I had no idea. And there's really no way for...
What does it mean that it was extra hot? Does it mean it was just, dangerous? Or does it mean that, it was just hot inside there? I need to know if it's some kind of term that you use when it comes to guns, or if it's like literally it was just hot. I just need to know that much.
For me to have ever known. These rounds are extremely rare and they're very old.
Yeah.
They're like $100 a piece. These aren't manufactured anymore, and really there's no way you can really know what's happened to them over time as they've passed hand to hand. I was under the impression that these were genuine military surplus rounds and hadn't been tampered with. So now I'm gonna actually show you what happened. It's not graphic. All the graphic stuff happened after the fact, and I'm gonna tell you all about that, but I am gonna show you what happened just so you can see what happened to me that day.
Oh. Oh, wait a second. I actually need to prepare myself mentally for this. I don't know. It's a hot one for me. Like, not even joking, not even saying it in like a playful manner or anything like that. It is a hot one for me right now. Give me a second, please. It's okay, he's alive. He's alive. I need to tell my brain that, yeah, he's fine. It's okay. Oh! Oh!
So when I pulled the trigger, the gun exploded almost immediately. So the first thing that went was this cap. And this cap is solid steel, and it is very, very heavy.
Okay, it was way less drastic that my brain imagined it to be, which I'm really glad. And at the same time, I'm just glad we didn't see, you know, like a POV from the other side. Like I'm honestly really, really glad. And oh my god, this tells you so much about why safety is so important. Like the safety glasses, all the safety measures in general. I'm so glad he did like everything he could to just stay safe in this situation. Oh my god.
Heavy. If you look right here, the threads are sheared off of this gun completely.
Oh!
I spoke with Mark Serbu and he said that normal pressures are 55,000 psi. And for those threads to have sheared off and this cap to have just blown off like that, we're looking at over 85,000 psi. So the cap blows off. It's kind of hard to put these on because of my little nose brace. I'll explain. But safety glasses are on.
Yeah.
And this cap, you can see this little crescent here. This cap hit me right there.
Oh
I'm not
my
really sure which way,
god.
probably more like this, but it struck me in the face. When this cap...
Glory to safety glasses. Glory to all safety equipment. No joking. No exaggerating. Just glory to any kind of safety equipment. Oh my god. I'm shaking, bro.
hit me in the face. It broke my orbital bone in 3 spots, here, here, and here. It also broke my nose, and that's why I have this on. I've had to have facial surgery to repair all this. Here's the really bad part though. On this lower, normally there's these 2 ears that stick up right here. And this is what prevents you from closing the gun when the cap's not on all the way. If the cap is on all the way, it will fit perfectly right here with those ears pushed up against it. When the cap blew off the gun, it came straight back, shearing those ears off the lower. One of these is still at the hospital, and this is the one we found. This one zipped right past my head, went inside my hat, blew a hole through it, and took it off my head what appears 7 to 8 feet. Now the other one.
Oh. In Polish, we have, I don't know if we can call it a saying, an idiom, whatever. Szczęście w nieszczęściu. To have luck in unluckiness, to have luck in unlucky situation. And I don't know what could be the best to describe the situation other than that, you know? He was so lucky in this unlucky situation. Oh my god.
Is what almost ended me. The other ear hit me right here in the throat. It proceeded to lacerate my jugular vein and then punctured a hole in my right lung. As for my hand, my best guess is this is what did it. In the video, you can see that the stock almost disappears instantly. I believe it came in a downward motion and hit my finger. You have your natural bend in your index finger. Well, this bone right here looked like a V. So my finger looked like a big W. So back to the lacerated jugular. I've now been hit in the throat, and I'm not really sure what happened because when this cap hit me in the face, I went blind in my right eye instantly. I have vision coming back now, and they say my eye should make a full recovery. But in that moment, I went completely blind in this eye, and it was like I had been punched. And I went backwards, and I landed on all 4s. A lot of you wonder who is behind the camera in my videos. This is my dad. His name is also Scott. If he had not been out here with me.
That's so cute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to like say something positive to just release the tension. But he's not, and he shares the same name. That is so cute. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yo.
That would have been it for me. He come running up and he let me know of my injuries because I was still in a daze. I've just been punched in the face by a big metal cap. And he let me know real quick that there was a hole in my neck and I was losing a lot of blood really fast.
Yeah.
My dad shoved his thumb into my neck and said, put your thumb there. Now that I'm aware of what's going on, I took my left thumb, I took my shirt, wrapped it in my shirt, and I shoved it as far into my neck as possible. I was not aware that my jugular was lacerated, but I did know this is really bad. I have a law enforcement background, and I've been
Yeah.
trained in injuries and wounds and gunshots and things like that. And I know very well that if you get hit in the neck, it's not good because you can't tourniquet a neck. After I had plugged the hole,
Oh, I'm just taking a moment to process everything. But actually, W dad. Not even kidding, I think most of the people would just panic when it would happen. Even the moment stuff like this is happening to your beloved ones, and you're seeing all of the blood, you probably know what does it mean. You probably know it's really, really dangerous, right? It's a huge W that he was able to calmly, probably not calmly, right? Probably not calmly. Probably he was nervous as fuck as well. But the fact that he was able to give him this first aid, oh yeah, I would say it out of everything, it seems like a huge amount of good preparation for any kind of accident, like their background, right? And a huge amount of luck in this really unlucky situation.
I applied extreme pressure, pinched my head down into my hand, and made a run for the truck. So the truck
Yeah.
here was right near us. There's a trailer attached. I had to run around the front. I jumped in the passenger seat. Dad jumped in, and we took off. And this all happened in a matter of seconds. I would say under a minute. We were in that truck and just hauling tail into town. Something I forgot to mention, this upper weighs like 25 pounds. And
I mean, I know it probably sounds really, really, really like crazy that it all happened in such a short period of the time. But listen, when stuff like this is happening to you, the adrenaline is so, so, so high, in my opinion. I had one situation like this, where it was my mom was driving with me, and a tree fell on our car, and if it wasn't for an empty police car right next to our, we would probably already we wouldn't be here. Let's just put it this way, right? Because the empty police car took all of the damage from the tree. But I just remember how in this kind of situation, how we were just so confused, but at the same time, I just remember how we were just acting really fast just to ensure the safety to both of us as soon as we could. And if you've ever been in a dangerous situation yourself and if it happened to you, usually this rush of adrenaline that you feel, it just makes you feel like time is not existent because you just rush to do stuff. It's like you don't feel the time because you're just moving so fast. You're just trying to get to the safety to make sure you will survive as fast as you can. I'm sorry. Oh, da, 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 da.
and you can see in the video that it just gets thrown off the table. So
Yeah.
much pressure came out the back of this upper that it launched it off the table. It's an insane amount of energy that was thrown into my body. So now we're driving very fast into town. I am applying constant pressure to my throat and I'm breathing very slowly, trying to control my heart rate because the faster your heart rate, the faster you're going to bleed. My dad's driving, so I thought it would be nice of me to call the ambulance. My dad didn't agree with this, but I wanted to do it myself because I wanted to try and stay awake. I needed to be doing something to keep myself conscious. If you have an iPhone, there's this nifty little feature on the side here, and if you hit that button one too many times, it'll call 911. This can be
I didn't even knew it. Bro, that's so genius, actually.
kind of annoying when you're trying to shut off your alarm in the morning, but when there's a lot of bodily fluids on your phone and you can't open it, it comes in really handy. I got on the phone with 911 and I let them know what had happened and then we were coming into town, and they were going to send an ambulance to meet us halfway. There were several times where I thought I was going to pass out. And I knew if I passed out that was going to be it, because my dad's driving. If I pass out, who's going to keep applying pressure to my neck to keep me from bleeding out? Times like this, you really need something to focus on, and I focused on my kids. I had their faces in my brain, and I just focused on them, and I fought as hard as I could. I stayed conscious the entire time. We met the ambulance halfway. They got me loaded up, and we took off towards the hospital. And like I said, I know that I was in a bad spot, and I don't know if you know this, but if your jugular is completely severed, you have 30 seconds. I knew that being hit in the throat, I may not have much time, but the closer we got to the hospital, the more my confidence built, and I thought, hey, maybe I'm gonna be all right. When I was in the ambulance, I asked them to cut my shirt off because I was having trouble breathing, and I thought maybe I'd been hit in the chest as well. They cut my shirt off. There wasn't anything there, but when I got to the hospital, they x-rayed me, and they said my right lung had collapsed because it had filled with blood, and that was from this little guy here puncturing my lung as well. So from there, they had to intubate me while I was wide awake, and I tell you, that is not fun. Take this long metal rod with a point on it, and they stick it through your rib cage, and it wasn't fun. After that, I was feeling a little better. I could breathe a little better. And then they wanted me to take my thumb out of my neck, and I was like, we're not taking my thumb out of my neck. You just wrap it up with some tape, it's stay there. But they told me I had to take my thumb out of my neck. So they had a bunch of gauze and packing, and as soon as I pulled it out, they packed my throat.
You know, I feel like they probably give him a lot of painkillers, right? In like ambulance or something, right? I'm just asking this because I have no idea how does it work in America, you know. It could be different, but I don't think it is. But oh my god, all of this without basically just passing out. All of this is happening, you're wide awake, you have this adrenaline rushing in your head, in your entire blood. That sounds like a nightmare. Like, not even joking to you. That is so it will sound weird, but it's just so hard to even listen to it for me. I don't know, bro. I'm just imagining all of it, and oh my god.
When I pulled my thumb out, that's when I saw my finger, and they said that I audibly said, oh, that's not good, because my finger looked like a big W. They informed me after that they were going to have to life flight me to Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. Very, very good hospital with very, very good doctors. Obviously, I'm here making this video. Big shout out to Vanderbilt Hospital. You guys are the best. So now they're about to knock me out, and at this moment, I realized that this may be the last time that I see my wife or see my dad, because once they knock you out, you know, that's it. Either they're gonna fix you or you're not waking up. My wife had arrived. I called her in there, I held her hand, and we had words, and then I called my dad in to pray. And after that, I remember waking up in Vanderbilt Hospital, hooked up to every machine possible. I'm gonna throw some pictures in here. So they did a number on me. So you can see this cut here, and this actually goes all the way down to right here. To repair my jugular and my lung, they had to open up my chest completely. They cut me completely open, just like open heart surgery. They told me a guy my size should hold 6 to 8 units of blood, and total from all the blood I lost from the initial injury and
Okay, I will stop for a second just to say it's amazing how advanced the entire medical sphere is. Like, not even joking right now. The fact that they had to open him, but the fact that they could repair all of it, or, you know, most of it, or make him survive. That is so impressive, in my opinion. I think usually when you think about it from like everyday basis, you don't really we don't really think about it too much, right? Because like, well, if you don't work in medical sphere, in medical field, I feel like we don't really think about what do medical staff see on everyday basis. I don't want to say magical. It's so advanced, and I just want to say, like, to everyone who actually do work or will work in medical sphere, I have so much freaking respect to you guys. Not even joking. I think not even joking is sounds so bad, but I just want to say it really, really seriously. I have so much respect for people in medical sphere, for how quick they can work, for how much pressure they always have on themselves, and how they can just make miracles like this happen. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional watching this. I don't even know why. I'm so sorry.
In the surgeries, they had to give me 5 units. There was also a there was also a chance that I could have had a stroke. To repair your jugular vein, they have to pinch it off. Well, your jugular vein supplies the oxygenated blood to your brain. So
Yeah.
they can only pinch it off for so long. They pinch it off, they repair it, then after that, when they open it back up, all that blood rushes into your brain, and there's a chance you could have a stroke. Praise
Okay.
God, I did not have a stroke as well. As for my hand and my face, they had to do surgery on that as well. I have pins in my finger to hold it in place. And like I said, they had to repair my orbital bone in 3 spots. As you can see, they cut me here and right here. And they also cut inside my mouth, all the way back here to the front to be able to get to all of those spots.
Can I say a stupid joke right now? A stupid situational joke? We have a small matching scar under our eye now. Yay! I also have a scar like this under my eye. Though over the years, it's not that visible, but it's so annoying.
So I had a breathing tube in, but I still wanted to talk. I wanted to know what had happened to me and what was going to happen. Well, my nurse, Cody, shout out to that guy, best nurse ever, brought me a dry erase board so that I could write and ask questions. I wanted to talk to my wife. Well, he would call her for me, and then I would write out what I wanted to say, and he would say it over the phone for me, and then I could sit there and talk to my wife. Also, I really wanted a mellow yellow. I was craving it so bad. When I was finally unhooked.
I remember yellow mellow only because people last time in the comments were explaining to me what is it. Now I crave it too. I want to take a taste of it. I want to taste it out.
Hooked from everything. I remember sitting in my room and he peeked his head in. He was like, "Can you eat and drink now?" And I said, "Yeah." And he handed me a mellow yellow. Coolest nurse ever. So for about 2 days, I had tubes coming out of the front of my chest, 1 tube coming out of my right side, and 1 tube coming out from behind my collarbone to drain everything around my lungs. And I had to carry this little vacuum pack with me. They removed those really quick. I'm healing extremely fast. They kicked me out of trauma within a few days. This happened on April 9th, which is a Friday. I went home the following Saturday.
What?
There is a lot more to this
That's
story
really
when it comes
fast.
to my injuries and everything that I had to do to overcome them. Long story short, I shouldn't be standing here. I should be 6 foot under, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So I know there's one big question that you're all wondering. What's gonna happen to Kentucky Ballistics, and am I gonna keep making videos? And the answer to that is absolutely. I'm not gonna quit doing what I love because of a freak accident. There's nothing that can keep me from continuing on. I love what I do, and I appreciate every single one of you. I am healing at a Wolverine rate. I am healing so fast.
I'm so impressed. I I don't even know how to express it right now with words, but it's so impressive. Like hearing someone after such an accident without even a slight take back, it's like I'm gonna heal and you're gonna hear me again. It's so just impressive. Like a human to human, so impressive. Over the time when I had this accident in the car with the tree, I'm still not over my like scaredness. I don't want to call it trauma, but I'm not over my scaredness of cars, driving in a car. I still have it. It's still like every time in the back of my brain when I am in a car. And hearing this is so impressive. It's like, I don't know if impressive is even the right word. It's motivational. It's like, that's my role model right now. Right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That really,
I feel like I want to cry right now. I don't know why.
a lot of people have been kind of confused at how fast I'm healing. That's God. He's healing me quick. And I'm gonna keep making videos, and I cannot wait to get back out here. I have some videos planned, and I think you're gonna like them. It's gonna be some really funny stuff. Also, I know there's gonna be a good bit of you that wanna support me while I'm healing, and I really, really appreciate that, but I don't wanna do a GoFundMe or anything like that. If you wanna help me out, I want you to get something out of it too. So we got some new shirts. The doctors told me that if it wasn't for this thumb, that I would have died. This thumb saved my life. And my wife came up with this saying, she said, just put a thumb in it. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. So that's what we're going with. We have just put a thumb in it shirts. I think these are awesome. And if you want to support me, there's a link in the description down below. They're available now. Pick you up a shirt and support Kentucky.
Is it still there? I would kind of get it. Not even joking, I would get it. It's my role model now, bro. When people said to me in comments like, oh, you should definitely check out Kentucky Ballistic, I was like, I'm kind of scared of guns, but you know, why not, right? Maybe I will be less scared of guns. And wow, I am less scared of guns because of this guy. And now he's even my role model. Bro, the life is so random.
Ballistics. This is not my normal content and definitely not what you expected me to post this week, but this is something I felt like I needed to let you know. Again, this was a complete freak accident, and there's no way I would have ever known just how hot that round was until it was too late. So like I said, I'm healing really fast, and I'm gonna be back to it as soon as possible. But in the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for some pretty interesting videos I have planned and my update videos. Before I close this video, I just want to say how much I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for making what I do possible. And I know that the majority of you are going to be extremely supportive right now, and I really, really appreciate that. Don't forget,
if there would be anyone who wouldn't be supportive right now, they're stupid. I don't know, bro. After hearing all of it, how could one not be supportive? Like, just how?
if you want to pick up a shirt, there's a link in the description down below. And as always, my name is Scott. My name is Scott,
Yay!
and you will most definitely see me next time.
Yoink! Hell yeah! Yeah! Wait, it's such a good sound! I love this sound! This sound activates something in my brain. I like it. I really like it. What is this sound? We got to the end. Thank you guys for watching this with me. You know, I never thought a guy sling guns will be my inspiration in life. I mean, I would never even have thought I would say this kind of phrase out from my own mouth in my entire life, you know? But oh my god. All I can say is thank you, everyone, for first recommending me the entire channel, and then thank you for letting me know this kind of video does exist. Just thank you. I think just saying thank you in this situation is good. And thank you so much for watching this one with me. I didn't have fun this time. It was an emotional roller coaster for me somehow. I'm really empathetic person. I'm sorry. Overall, I'm glad that he's alright, and that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Here we go. Ba 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 ba.